Yes, y'all. It's your boy Craig D coming at you live, talking clutch. And I guess we got a lot to get into. Wildcard weekend behind us now on this Monday. National championship game tonight. And I will let you know who I've got. But I want to talk about this wildcard weekend first and foremost. Listen, a lot of other broadcasters are talking about Kansas City blowing another playoff lead at the half. And I am frustrated. I'm not a Kansas City fan, but I root for Andy Reid. I think he's a very good coach that just cannot get over the hump. I mean, he lived in an NFC conference championship game when he was at Philly, went to one Super Bowl, didn't get it done. And I don't even blame him for that. And that's the problem I have with Andy Reid. It's hard to blame him for the losses that teams he's coached have had. We all know that story. T.O. got hurt. Donovan McNabb and T.O. were having issues. T.O. played coming off a broken leg, basically. And put that guy in the Hall of Fame, by the way. Let's stop being silly because the voters didn't like him. Put that man in the Hall of Fame. Put him in. Put him in now. I know there's a lot of deserving candidates and only 5 get in. Put that man in the Hall of Fame. Put him in the Hall of Fame. You put Randy Moss in this time out, and he is deserving. If you put him in, you got to put T.O. in. All you got to do is check the stats. His stats are amazing. But Andy Reid, at the halftime, has got to, I don't know what he's got to do. I don't know if he's got to throw something against the locker room to get his guys to come out and play. Everybody wants to put the blame on Alex Smith. I'm putting this one on Andy Reid. And there's a lot of blame to go around. Revis Island is no longer an island. It's more like a resort. And his coverage was pretty good. But there were several plays that you could tell Darrelle Revis wanted no part of tackling. He should be ashamed of himself on some of the plays that I saw. If you don't want to tackle and you play in the National Football League, it's time to retire. And you've made your money, Darrelle. You've reinvented how guys make money at your position. But if you don't want to tackle, it's time to retire. Yes, the breaks went the way the breaks needed to go for Tennessee. But to get shut down like that, go away from the run, they didn't give Hunt enough touches. That's on the coaching. That's on coaching. Kansas City should have won that game. And I'm looking forward. Tennessee, New England. There's no circumstance where I can see Tennessee beating New England Just can't see it. That would shock me. Jacksonville, Pittsburgh, part two. Okay. Jacksonville has already dealt Pittsburgh a loss this year. I can see it more. Defense is stout, really stout. Defense is nothing to play with in Jackson. Offense is putrid. But the defense is for real. So I'm entertained by that. Drew Brees gets it done this weekend. Carolina, you should have signed Ted Ginn. Because he burnt you. And Cam has nobody to throw the football to. Don't give me the Funches or any of that. The kid they drafted from Stanford, I'm so upset behind that loss. His McCaffrey, and whatever his name is. You know I'm so upset I can't even remember. Cam has nobody to throw the football to. But again, referees had a lot to do with these games. And these games are not taking 2 and 3 hours like they should. They're taking 4 and 5 hours, and they're still not getting the calls right. Kansas City fans that are upset with the fumble recovery that the referees called forward progress was stopped. I'm with you there. It's not the only reason you lost the game, but I'm with you there. That was a sack and a fumble. That's what it was. And what really bothers me about that, those are the calls that the Patriots get that no one else gets. And I don't care what the New England fans say. You guys have been getting those kind of calls forever. The infamous Tuck rule. And I hate everything Massachusetts. I hate your Celtics. I hate your Bruins. And I hate your Patriots. And I especially hate your Red Sox. Got good seafood, good fishing. Some of the best fishing and seafood I've had or experienced. But I hate all your sports teams. I'm originally a New Yorker. It's against my sports religion to root for anything New England. But Tom Brady says he's playing till he's 45. He's recently turning 40, and they've traded Jimmy Garoppolo, which Bill Belichick felt was the future. And there's a little upsetness going on from coaching his owner Robert Kraft. We talked about that the last time. So maybe finally we'll get a little dissension. Now, since then, they've said we're all united, but they're not united. John Gruden gets $100 million for 10 years to coach the Oakland Raiders. You don't think Bill Belichick's looking at that and saying, can't have the team the way I want it? $100 million sounds pretty good. Wonder what my worth is to another team. Because if I'm him, I'm looking for a substantial pay raise. If John Gruden, who's been in the Monday Night Football booth, is worth $100 million over 10 years, and I've got 5 championship rings, 5. What am I worth? 200? Bill Parcells is probably sitting at his house going, wonder if I could tough this out again. Coaches tend to get raw deals because they're to blame for everything, even though they're not on the field. Belichick is the greatest coach we've ever seen. Some people want to debate and say Lombardi. Some people want to say Chuck Noll. Some people want to say Tom Landry. I'm sure, on and on and on if you look at some of the greater teams that have played. But the game I'm looking forward to is Philly Atlanta. I think Atlanta's got something going now. I think they're looking down the pike and remembering how the Super Bowl ended for them last year. And I think they're looking to get back. And I think they're hoping that New England is there. And I often don't want to see rematches, but I'd like to see that one. Now, Drew Brees is balling. Hall of Famer for sure. First ballot Hall of Famer. He's balling. He's got the running backs. They finally got him some defense. And his receivers catch the ball, unlike Cam Newton's receivers. Look, I'm sorry. I'm calling it as I see it. For as much abuse Cam Newton takes, he had a really good game the other day. And by the way, they're making a big thing about this concussion protocol. I think when he took the knee, he wasn't thinking about if I take a knee, they're supposed to check me out. Now, he got smoked on the play in question. And there was some helmet-to-helmet contact, but Cam Newton doesn't get those calls. And I definitely don't think it was intentional. And I think they did the right thing. I think they checked him out. But it was clear that the problem was his eye. And you saw when the camera zoomed in on him, he was having a problem with his eye. Now, doctors say that one of the first tests that they take for concussion protocol is vision. So maybe the NFL's got a point. Maybe he should have went to the locker room and got checked. But with your season on the line, you're a baller. Cam's a baller. Like him or not, he's a baller. And I love that guy. I love Cam Newton. He gives back. Come on, man. He gives footballs to the kids. He gives so much to his community. I love it. It was his eye. Now, the problem that I'm having is the way he got hit was almost stomach to stomach, and there was some bumping of the heads with the helmets. How does I get messed up if it wasn't a concussion? I didn't see. I've watched the replay tons of times and didn't see anything else. But we're going to do a double episode, so look for part 2 on the other side. I'm your boy Craig D, and I'll be right back at you because we got more to talk about.